Disability and inclusion. A nurse shares the challenges of everyday life.
Hello, my name is Adeline. I'm 32 years old. I've been a nurse for a little over 10 years. I worked in a nursing home for dependent elderly people for 6 years, and I've been working as a self-employed nurse for almost 5 years now. I would define the inclusion of people with disabilities as making sure that they can go wherever they want without facing physical barriers or psychological obstacles. By psychological obstacles, I mean the judgmental looks, the negative comments, and the mockery they sometimes face. For me, inclusion is not just about the workplace. It's also about ensuring that public spaces are truly accessible to everyone with a disability. One of the biggest challenges I've seen is accessibility in public spaces. This includes public transport, but also places like cinemas, theatres, or other venues. Regulations for accessibility are improving, which is great, but it's still far from enough. For example, I recently went to a cinema where there were stairs at the entrance but no ramp for wheelchairs. Since I work daily with people who have physical disabilities, I noticed it right away. The same issue exists with residential buildings. Many still don't have elevators. I know patients who are literally stuck at home because the only way out is by stairs. And if there were a fire, they would have no way to escape without someone coming to rescue them. Unfortunately, aging is now a major public health issue. More and more elderly people are physically dependent, and most of them stay at home, just waiting for time to pass, because there are no real options for them to go out and stay socially active. Of course, some refuse to leave their homes, but many of them actually want to, and they simply can't. This creates deep isolation. Losing independence is hard to live with, not only for the person themselves, but also for their families. Sometimes relatives even go into denial, refusing to acknowledge that their loved one is becoming dependent. I believe these challenges could be overcome with concrete actions. For example, automatically sending letters to propose activities, meals, or outings could help break isolation and maintain social connections. We also need to take accessibility renovations more seriously, so that all buildings, not just public spaces but also private residences, comply with disability standards. That means installing elevators wherever there are stairs, building more ramps outdoors, making sidewalks easier to use, and maybe even creating something like a wheelchair lane, similar to bike lanes. Too often, I see people in wheelchairs forced to go onto the road because sidewalks are not accessible. I also believe that society's attitude toward disability needs to change. Things are slowly improving, but there's still a long way to go. No one with a disability should ever feel excluded from a place they want to go, whether in their professional life or in public spaces. The advice I would give to professionals, family caregivers, or anyone supporting a loved one would be first to really listen to their concerns, take the time to explain things, and try to encourage them to put themselves in the shoes of the person with a disability. That's the best way to truly understand the struggles they face every day. And if I were speaking to someone who had experienced discrimination, I would listen carefully to everything they needed to express. I'd try to put myself in their place, and then encourage them, if possible, to take a step back, while also sharing some tips to protect themselves emotionally. I would also suggest reaching out to associations that can help them live better within society and advocate for real change in the way people perceive disability.